What's up everybody, it's Dan the Bugman. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can keep your backyard free from mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas. Those are the main three parasites that we try to keep our backyards free from. Of course, there's all kinds of little flies, ants, centipedes crawling around. What I'm showing you today is going to help with that also, but those main three pests, those are actually parasites. They transfer numerous diseases to humans, but also pets. Of course, with something like mosquitoes, there's never a 100% guarantee that a mosquito is not going to fly into your yard, but there's definitely a lot of things you can do to help keep your backyard pest free and really keep your pets and family pest free. It is June right now and all of the bugs are out super heavily. In my opinion, it's actually super important to do some kind of service that I'm showing you how to do today in your backyard if you or your pets or your family spend time outside enjoying the backyard or front yard. And I'm going to show you how you can do this yourself. Why should you trust me in telling you how to do it yourself? Well, I do this professionally every day and people pay me to do this, but I'm not going to show you how to hire a pest control company today. Of course, you can always do that, but in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use the Martins Pest Control products as a over-the-counter product that you could buy at any store or online and apply yourself. It's super safe and super effective. So I'm going to show you how to do that in today's video. First, I'm going to grab my pet cat who, in the wintertime, she likes to stay inside the house because it's cold and nasty. But in the summer, we have an agreement that once a day, she can come outside and do whatever she wants. And I know I have in the past found ticks on her when I did not properly spray my yard, and sometimes she goes into the neighbor's yard. And pets can also get bit by mosquitoes. Fun fact that most people actually did not know is that heartworms, those really bad worms that your dogs or cats can get, are spread through mosquitoes biting and transferring those eggs in the blood from other animals they bite into your pet. So I'm going to show you first how you're going to use a topical solution to treat your pet. So if they venture outside your yard, they still have protection. Two, I'm going to show you how to treat your yard grass foliage with a residual insecticide that's going to kill all of those pests we just mentioned. And third, I'm going to show you some non-chemical solutions that you also need to be doing if you want to have a pest-free backyard. We're going to do it in that order. The first thing I'm going to do is show you how to apply the topical solution. So I'm going to go grab my cat and we're going to come back out here. All right, guys, I've got my cat. Everybody say hi. She's trying to get away, so I'm not going to torture her too long. It's going to take just a couple seconds, but what I have here is the Martins Flea Plus IGR Trigger Spray. What you're going to do is we're actually going to apply this to her fur directly. But this is something you can do to give your pet more protection than just spraying the yard, because I know there's all kinds of cracks around my fence. She likes to explore the neighborhood. So this is the Martins Flea Plus IGR Trigger Spray. You can look this up online, buy it in all kinds of stores. Of course, always read the label, but a benefit of watching this is that I've already read the label for you. So if you just follow my rules, just follow my lead, it's gonna be easy. Let me tilt the camera down some. All right, you need to grab a glove. She's trying to get away. I promise she loves me. Yeah. You gotta be quicker than the cat. All right. Stop it, kitty. Put your glove on, and you're going to spray her directly. So of course, don't spray your animals directly in the face. Focus on the top, the back, all the way down her back, and then we're gonna do her belly, around her legs. She's a little camera shy, you could say. All right, I'm gonna make this quick. You just turn the nozzle and it comes out in super small particles, which is great. It's gonna get all over her fur. You don't want to soak it. You just want to apply it like a hair gel, just a little bit around the edges of the fur. All right, we had some technical difficulties there. I'm going to have to find my cat later and I'll get her this time. Just pretend like I sprayed the cat and just put it on like hair gel. once you get your animal treated, that's the first step I would recommend. The second step is to treat the yard with this Martin's Mosquito Pro. Now this is specifically designed for mosquitoes, but I've read the label and it's gonna help with all kinds of other bugs also. And just a reminder guys, you can do these 3 things I'm gonna show you how to do today. You can do them all separately, but I highly recommend you do them as a full program because the more ways you're keeping pests out of your yard, the better. Integrated pest management is the term in the pest control industry where you're doing multiple things. You're doing inspections, you're doing different kinds of treatments. So doing all 3 of these is going to give you the best results. If you just do 1 or 2, it's going to help. This is also super easy to use. All you gotta do is buy this, of course, on the internet or at your home goods store. Then you take your water hose and you just twist it in. It's got this nice twist handle. What's going on here is there's a concentrate in here. The water flows into this container through a pipe and it circulates and gets concentrate back up and squirts out of here, which is amazing. And what we're going to be doing is treating all of the surface areas where adult mosquitoes can potentially be resting during the day. So we're going to treat all the grass. We're going to treat the little shrubs around my house. See all the shrubs in the back there? We're going to hit the bottoms of some of these low-hanging tree limbs. We're going to hit all the landscaping around here. And this is going to leave a residual where the water evaporates and it leaves the tiny particles from the Martin's Mosquito Pro on the surfaces we treat. And whenever a mosquito lands on the surfaces, then they will expire shortly after. So let me grab a glove. I'm going to turn the hose on. So it's super easy. The hose is now pressurized. In order to start the spray coming out, you just turn this nozzle here and there's a little safety device. Woo! All right. So, wow, look how far this is going, guys. You want to treat the whole grass area as much as you can get to. All the grass, all the foliage. So I'm going to do the grass first and then I'm going to go back and do those shrubs. In general, this stuff will last about 2 months before it's completely gone. But as a professional pest controller, we do services for customers just like this. And our program is actually a monthly treatment. So I highly recommend doing this, getting this Martin's Mosquito Pro and flea spray, enough product to do the whole summer where the temperatures are more than 75 degrees. You want to do this once a month. Exactly once a month, guys. Don't do it every 5 weeks. Don't do it every 6 weeks. You're going to lose coverage because this stuff does last closer to 2 months. But if you can keep a strong barrier down, our company treats houses once a month in the summer. In Kentucky, for example, we start our services April 15th and go until September 30th. So just depending on where you are in the country, you may need to do this a couple more times in the year or a couple less times in the year. All right, it's going pretty smoothly. It only takes a few minutes, really. Now we're gonna do this other half of the yard. My backyard is probably about 1/3 of an acre or so. The Martin's label is based on like square footage of the backyard, and I calculated this like a couple days ago when I was seeing how much to use. An average size backyard is almost exactly equal to 1 bottle. So if you have a really small backyard, you won't have to use a whole bottle. If you have a really big backyard, you'll have to use 2 or 3 bottles. But it's up to 8,000 square feet, which is great. So just a reminder, guys, it's not about soaking the plants with this spray. It's about covering as much surface area as possible. You want to cover as many leaves, as many blades of grass as you can. So always just move the wand, move your sprayer up and down as much as you can, spray as much grass and trees as you possibly can, and you'll have better results doing that. Move it back and forth, left and right, up and down, side to side. Do some loop-de-loop. If you have the opportunity to do a mosquito spray first or mow your yard first, which should you do? I think you should mow the yard first. If you mow the yard first, you'll have less grass to treat and less areas for the mosquitoes to hide, and then you can treat all that grass with the, Martin's mosquito spray. And another super common question I get is, how long do you have to be off the grass after you do this treatment? And the best rule of thumb is just as long as it takes for the product to dry. So if it's a super hot, dry, windy day, it could be dry in 5 minutes. But if it's kind of dreary, the sun's not out, it's colder, then you may have to wait an hour or more before the spray is dried. So just use your best judgment there. But as soon as it's dry, that wraps up the actual treatment process. Let me know if you have any questions about the treatment. Martin's brand sent me this product to try, and it's been working great. I've used it all summer. As you guys can see, I have not gotten any mosquito bites so far in this video. So I did this spray about a month ago in the yard, and it's doing super well. So thank you to Martin's brand for sponsoring this video. And the last part of today's video is I'm going to show you guys a couple of other things you need to make sure you do around your yard to prevent ticks, fleas, and mosquitoes. One of the main things I wanted to show you guys that I'm going to do today, I'm quite embarrassed about this, honestly, but guys, I mean, the yard behind me looks pretty good, but if you turn the camera around, this is just a disgusting forest of weeds, bushes that need to be transplanted. It used to be an old garden, and we've kind of just neglected the area. What this is for bugs, it's just a paradise. There are hundreds and hundreds of bugs, mosquitoes, ticks, probably hanging out in those weeds right now because I have not sprayed them. You know, that would take a whole lot of spray to spray all of those weeds. So what you need to do is eliminate harborage areas for those pests. And I'm going to actually weed eat all of this area. I'll show you guys my weed eating skills. They're not anything to brag about, but oh, and I know you guys are super interested in watching me destroy this overgrown part of my yard, so it gets the job done. So I'm going to weed eat this area and eliminate all of that harborage areas for all those bugs we just talked about. The second thing you need to look at eliminating, especially for mosquitoes, is any little puddles of water around your house that mosquitoes can breed in. So mosquitoes lay their eggs in puddles of water. It's usually stagnant bodies. Sometimes they can lay them in lakes, but it's usually just smaller little puddles. So for example, if you've got an outdoor dog or cat food bowl, dog or cat water bowl, you need to check that for mosquito larvae. They're just little wiggly worms, but the best thing to do is just refill that every day or two so the mosquitoes don't have time to lay their eggs in there. But also guys, there are tons of other areas where mosquitoes can lay their eggs. For example, like gutters. I don't know how good these gutters are on this house and shed, but I know mosquitoes can lay their eggs in gutters if there's any kind of water that stands in those gutters. Last summer, I fixed this problem now, but this downspout on this gutter here, I came by one day and it kind of did a U shape, and inside there was a puddle of water, and it was holding a dozen or 2 dozen mosquito larvae where the mosquitoes had come in there, laid their eggs, and the larvae were hatching out. I had no idea they were in there, so you just need to do a little bit of detective work around your house and look for any of those potential little puddles or things that are holding water and dump them out and make sure that they don't hold water. And if there are no breeding sites around your house, then that greatly reduces the mosquito populations. So hey, even talk to your neighbors and stuff, and maybe you guys can get a game plan to make sure you're all on the same page at eliminating all those mosquito harborage areas, because, and like I said, it's a multi-step program, and doing all of those 3 things together is going to give you great results. And I really think it's worthwhile to do all this stuff because of all those diseases and frankly just annoyance that mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas cause you, your family, and your pets in the summertime. I highly recommend some kind of preventative pest control service in your yard for those 3 main parasites. Let me know if you have any questions about what I did today. Please check out Martin's Pest Control. They have all kinds of do-it-yourself pest control products, and they make it super easy to do professional treatments yourself. Watching YouTube videos like mine is a great way to learn how to protect yourself from pests. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again very soon.